Hi everyone, so it's Amy from the Warrior Programme. I wanted to talk to you today about forgiving your body. So what does that mean? That might sound like a bit airy-fairy, but I'm going to bring it back down to the ground. So if you watched my video last week, we're talking about why willpower is not enough, why just deciding you're going to go on a diet or start to eat more healthily, why that decision in itself isn't enough, why there are other things that you need to bring into place. If you've not watched that video, really important you go back and watch it, ideally before this one, but I'll post the link below so you've got it easily. So forgiving your body, what do I mean by that? So because we have such hugely high expectations of our bodies, particularly in Western society, particularly today, compared to what their natural disposition might be, we tend to harbour quite a lot of anger, quite a lot of anxiety, quite a lot of frustration about them. So what I'm talking about here is things like, oh, why can't I lose that weight? I wish I was like everybody else. Why do they find it so easy? Why were they born like that? Why can't I do this? Why can't I exercise? Why do I hate exercise? A lot of whys. A lot of frustration, a lot of irritation, and that doesn't just go out into a vacuum. That sits somewhere in you, and it stays until you make the conscious decisions again to kind of exercise that negativity and release it. And a really huge part of what I do is trying to bring about that positivity into people, and that real sort of connection to and commitment to their body, so that it's not constant negative, not constant I can't, I won't, this is too much, just a way of expanding your comfort zone. So what I mean by comfort zone is this kind of area around you within which all the activities covered by it are okay, and you can do that. Anything that kind of steps outside that realm is not okay, and I can't do it. And even if I can kind of see reason, I can see rationality as to why I might possibly be able to do it if I tried, or if I made a commitment to do a small thing towards it every day, it's just outside my comfort zone and I just can't do it. So we want to, by default, be able to do more things that we're not currently doing to expand that comfort zone, because that's the only way to start doing new things. You can't expect to all of a sudden start to do the one thing that you really, really want, and day one, completely comfortable, completely fine, I can just do it, because the way our bodies work is we get really, really good at doing what we do. So if we don't do something, we can't expect to be good at it, but at the same time we do. I've definitely done that before. I've definitely been like really frustrated with myself, particularly because I'm a personal trainer and people have certain assumptions about me, and some of them are correct and some of them are not. So like, for example, things like a pull-up, something I really, really want to do for a long time, and I kind of would get frustrated with myself, or why can't I do it? All the other personal trainers can do it, which is actually not true at all. Actually, a lot of them can't. Particularly girls, unfortunately, a lot of them can't. And that frustration is it's a really damaging thing. So it's like, it really puts you off training. So if you're pissed off at yourself, are you really going to put the positive steps into place to actually get you there? Are you going to commit that 20 minutes a day or whatever? I don't train for sort of long blocks of time. I tend to do little and often, something of some kind of help every day. And if you're really frustrated about yourself, you're pissed off with your body, then you're just not going to do it. You're more likely to kind of wallow in it, to do things like comfort eating, which you're trying to do, like trying not to do anyway, and so it's kind of really counterproductive in that perspective. So the more you kind of generate and harbour that frustration, the more difficult it then becomes to reach the end goal. And that's why so many people with any kind of big goal like weight loss, or something new in the gym, or a new life goal like a new job, so many people give up before they get there. And you just don't want to be one of those people that give up. You want to be the people that get there and get the thing that you want and have that happiness. So for you, it's a conscious, like, if I want it, I need to not feel like this, because that's difficult. But at the same time, don't hold yourself to too high a standard in that frustrations are going to happen, and some days you're going to get pissed off with yourself because it's not working the way you want it to, the way you expected it to. But there are two ways to handle that. One is, don't set goals that are ridiculous. So don't expect something to happen like now, because everything takes time. So like pull-ups are a great example. So a lot of clients kind of feel like, oh, it's not getting anywhere, I'm not changing, not progressing, it's still really hard. Why is it still really hard? It's really hard because I'm always up in the goalpost. So like moving the goalpost. So like when you get good at something, I'm just gonna make it a little bit harder, a little bit harder, a little bit harder, so you get to the place. And because this shit is hard, like this stuff doesn't happen